Today is the 15th of August 2023. This is Street Abundance. It is 6:32 a.m. coming from the continent of Africa. We have been through a lot of challenges as we traverse to a different level, a different dimension. TAC continues to go uphill. Going uphill in TAC, nobody told you it was going to be a sprint. Going uphill in TAC will demand the changes and how we think. You're welcome to the greatest revolution, where the fourth industrial revolution will make the other three industrial revolutions look like child's play when it comes to wealth creation and technology advancement. This is the era where we are now at the front, that we should position ourselves as a vessel to support each other where we can. Not an opportunity to defraud, but an opportunity to execute honesty and decency and responsibility. This is the period, and that is why most of my audios are focused on self-examination, self-development. We have to move from that place where poverty has led us, and the attitude and the negative characteristics that we have embodied as a result of poverty. Poverty has created in us what is unlike the character that we should have. Poverty is a curse. It is a disease. And most of the time, it brings out the worst in us. You know, I saw someone from Papua New Guinea put in the forum not too long ago that TAC is a scam, and he wants to debate. He wants to debate. You know, a lot of you who have just entered TAC, my first experience, real experience in cryptocurrency was with TBC, which is a private society, not a secret society, but a private society that has its own coin, a coin that cannot exchange with no other coin on earth. So once you have it, you can only use it among yourselves, or to create an environment, as what we are trying to do with TAC Diasporan City, and probably use it among yourself. It's only, that's how far it goes, and no more. In that community, you had a lot of rogues and thieves that were made to roam and victimize innocent people. That is how I was introduced to some of the leaders in Papua New Guinea, because they were notorious thieves and scammers in Papua New Guinea, in TBC, and also in Africa. Notorious thieves and scammers. And nobody dare to challenge them but I did. And so a lot of them are still intact community because they told us in 2019, Abundance, you will not be able to certify this coin. You do not have the support. But they live to see it happen. And they also know that the success of TAC will be very uncomfortable in their position. And so anything to derail, anything to create negativity, anything to stop the Abundance Community Coin, they are willing to do because they have taken so much money from people under false pretense and false hope, false economic freedom. And so they will not be able to live with themselves. That is why they are constantly under pressure to disrupt tax accomplishment. And so, this is not for the light of the heart, nor the faintest of the mind, what we're doing. You have to be strong. You have to have the grace. And I can challenge any TBCon in TBC Global Organization, of which I was one of the most powerful voices on that platform. You can ask any TBCon now into Tiashan community. You can ask any Tiashan globally. And also, you can also go offline now. Before I enter the crypto space, and I told you where I am from. I am from a small island in the Caribbean that is called Antigua and Barbuda. Our capital is St. John's. 108 square miles, less than 100,000 citizens. I'm from the village of Old Road. I have worked and managed in several hotels. I first started out, you see why I'm doing this? I am doing this because I have nothing to hide. And I am not a thief, or am I known to be a scammer to anyone. Online business did not make abundance. I am an accomplished career executive before I enter online. A matter of fact, before I entered into cryptocurrency, I was the vice president of a US-based company that brought me to Africa. And before that, I was a global, by the way, distributor for another network marketing company before I entered the last one. And before that, I was an executive in my own in the field of the hospitality industry, where I worked first at Jolly Beach. I spent about 11 years there. A lot of you from Jolly Beach are also Tiashans today. I was a manager there. After a couple of years as a line staff, about 3 years as a line staff, they actually sponsor my tertiary education. I went to Ohio, came back. They sent me to St. Lucia. Matter of fact, when I went to St. Lucia, I only went there for 1 month because there were crises in the food and beverage department. And when they saw me, they looked at my age, and some even laughed and said that the problem in St. Lucia is older than me. So how can I fix it? It took me less than a month to turn the department around. Michelin was the general manager at the time, and he said, no, you will not go back to Antigua. And I had to fight them. I had to let them know that my assignment and contract has nothing to do with St. Lucia. I was only assigned. I also worked with Lennox Dupal. Lennox Dupal was at Sanders at the time. I am just giving you the global community because people from St. Lucia are also with us. Who is Mr. Abundance? And of course, at Jolly Beach, I left there as a manager. Then I went to Carlisle Bay, where I was an executive manager, managing over 300 staff. I work in as the division manager responsible for HR, food and beverage, housekeeping, grounds, maintenance, water sports. I also worked at Sandals for some time in the entertainment department, 2004, 2005. I worked with the government. I worked first at the Ministry of Health. Then I ended up at the Ministry of Agriculture. But I could not continue in government because the way how government work, it's frustrating. Mark you, I was the executive admin for Diamonds. A lot of you know where Diamonds is in Antigua and Barbuda. There were no chairman. So I reported directly at that time to there were no CEO, so I was basically in charge. I reported to the junior minister at the time, the Senator Rupert Sterling, and Veer Bird was the Minister of Agriculture at the time. And at one time, I even stopped the junior minister and senator from traveling by not authorizing a board decision that gave him authorization to travel to Venezuela representing the government. I stopped that traveling because on principle, I don't think anybody have ever done that in Antigua before or since. I also told you at Carlisle Bay, I refused the instruction of my Prime Minister through Asset Michael when I had to terminate 2 employees because of theft. And the Prime Minister wants me to rehire one of them because they came crying. I told Asset Michael at the time that will happen when Lester Bird sit in my seat. And that was the end of myself and Lester Bird friendship from that day. And even the present Prime Minister, he knows about it because he told me on several occasions. So Abundance, and also a lot of you know me from Williams Tire World and Golden Grove because it was the #1 used tire business in Antigua and Barbuda. So you know me. And if you don't know me from Williams Tire World, then you know me from the Adventist Church. So I don't think, and also in politics, because of course in 2007, I formed the Progressive Youth Movement. So Abundance did not create a name through cryptocurrency. And I had and still maintain integrity. No one can point finger at Abundance. And I'm giving you the highlights of my career and involvement just now. So you can go and fact check who in Antigua that doesn't know Abundance. Who of you can do that? Which one of you? And so when the guy from Papua New Guinea said, "Oh, Abundance, TAC is a scam." Who have I scammed in my life? For now, for me to come at this juncture, a juncture that we have put a substantial time and investment and a system in place to move us as a global organization to address global issues. Because that is where we are at. This is no longer a community project, a country or region or a continental project. Is that young man in Papua New Guinea understand the weight of this community and the mission that we are on? To Associated Chief Abundance in scamming who? In scamming who? If I wanted to scam Tiashen, I would have done it When we raised the 2.5 million, when I had all the money, I could have just disappeared, just like many have done in the past. Many have disappeared with millions, hundreds of millions of investors' money after they would have raised their ICOs. I'm still here and I'm still recording. I'm not in hiding. I have integrity. I have integrity and I don't need to speak it. I did this audio and touch every place that I've worked. So you can go back there, or you can identify with the person that is speaking. Because a lot of you in Antigua may not even realize it's the same person that you worked with, or have supervised, or you have supervised me. I don't know. You have patronized my business. You probably even voted for my party at one time, the Progressive Youth Movement. And so this is who that is speaking. And so what we're now trying to do, this is a global initiative. This is no child's play that we're dealing with. And for us to move the narrative as a deprived people of over 400 years, it will take money. It will take a collective stand. It will take unity of purpose. It will take a vision that must be amplified and elucidated, so you understand that this is not just an online opportunity like you have had in the past. No, this is more than just getting a few dollars in your pocket and you go about your merry way. No, this one is a mission to transform and to stand in the gap for us and for our generations to come. Because at the end of the day, what moves and changes things, you better believe it's money. No president or prime minister, representative or senator will come to your house because you are educated. No, they will not come. They will come to your house if you have money. They will come and they will bow. They will even clean your feet because you have money, not because you have education. Because education in this industry means nothing. Nothing but just credentials behind your name. That's all. And so, this is Chief Abundance. TAC continues to go up here.